Hey guys, Zelonius here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about something that's hopefully going to improve the game. The new patch. I have not tested the patch yet. I will be streaming later tonight live on Twitch, so do tune in there. It'd be good to see you guys in there. We'll be testing the new patch, seeing what I think. It's live on all platforms. Don't really get why sometimes it goes live on some platforms and not on others, but hey ho, EA, do what you want. I'm going to discuss the patch notes, and of course, as we go through, I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts on the game and general expectations for this patch. So, latest update, blah blah blah. The gameplay, that's the thing I care about. One thing I have heard, by the way, before we even get into this, I've heard that player locks just broke on the new patch, and if it's working, it's barely working. We'll see in terms of, yeah, I don't really know. I don't use player lock barely at all, but obviously for people who do, that is a bit of an issue. So there you go. Something's already broken on the new patch. To address the following issues and made the following change. Crosses can now result in the ball moderately landing further ahead of the receiver. Doesn't really mean a lot to me. I need to see what it looks like in game. Defensive line could have dropped deeper than intended while the attacker team's controlling the ball. I mean, the defensive line for me is already crazy high, so yeah, I don't really know what to think of that. CDMs and central midfielders can drop too deep. A ground pass. Are you sick to death of getting out teamed on FC24? Want that God squad you've always been dreaming of? Check out IGGM.com today. The best and most reliable place to get coins for your ultimate team. Use the link in the description and code ZEL at checkout for a 5% discount. Check out IGGM.com today. Could have incorrectly sent the ball behind the intended receiver. Yes, I've noticed that. That is pretty annoying. If that's fixed, that's good. Tackling inputs are not always registering locked to player modes. Yep, noticed that. So that'll be good if it's fixed. Goalkeepers could have jumped significantly higher than intended. I've seen videos of it. I've played 400-500 games at least already this year. I've never seen it, so that was a genuine rare issue, I think. Improved goalkeeper decision making when attempting to make saves as the ball crosses the goal line. Fair enough. Improved goalkeeper positioning when attempting to save short distance shots. A lot of these here are just about, this one here in particular seems about power shots. Power shots are really good, potentially OP. Thing is though, I want some really good ways to attack on a game where most things are awful. The defense versus attack balance on this game is genuinely diabolical. It is way easier to defend than attack. So I don't really, and keepers to me are already pretty good. I don't really like seeing that there's going to be buffs to keepers. The only thing I want to see when it comes to keepers is a nerf to keepers in one-on-one situations. They're crazy. The only thing that I tend to find works is if you get a shot off really quick, which isn't always easy to do with the lack of space, or a lob, but those are inconsistent. Headers were sometimes significantly less accurate than intended. Yeah, occasionally I noticed that, but corners were already OP. Ground passes performed during free kicks were not always directed. Yep, that's been an issue for years, so okay, good if it's done. Lob passes were less accurate than intended. Honestly, I feel like lob passes have been fine, so I don't really see the need for that. Improved ball physics in certain contested shooting and clearance scenarios could mean anything. Players could have lost the ball easily than intended while being contested during a skill move. Yeah, skill moves aren't very good, so good to improve them a bit, I guess. Rush in an 11-11 contested offside, okay. An injury animation could have occurred in online matches. Not really noticed that. It's all about rush. Requested skill moves were not sometimes not performing requested near the touchline. How did some of this stuff even get through testing? Reduced instances of unnecessary suggested early game substitutions. Interesting. Yeah, I think that from what I'm seeing, obviously you have to test the patch out, and I will. And once I've tested it out, I'll be putting some new tactics out there, and I'll do like review of the patch probably like Sunday, Monday after I've played my weekend leagues. I'm not even sure I can say this patch looks good on paper, because for me, the things that's addressing is just making keepers better and a couple of buggy stuff. Doesn't really seem much of an improvement for me, but a patch could drastically change the game. A lot of the time things change and act a lot different, even though it doesn't necessarily look like that in the patch. So we do need to like bear that in mind. That is a thing. Some of the things though that I really wanted to see addressed in the patch that aren't being addressed: goalkeepers in one-on-one situations. They're just way too good. Corners. I wanted corners to not be as impossible to defend. There's some corners that people take that you just, I don't even know how to take them. I've seen videos of them. It doesn't seem to do it when I do it. I don't know what they're doing exactly. Maybe it's certain players for certain play styles. But they take the corners and you literally can't switch to a player or switch to a keeper quick enough. I feel like passing needs a bit of a buff. That is something that kind of looks like it's being addressed in this patch, so that'd be interesting. I feel like that defensive AI needs massively nerfing. I've not seen anything really in the patch about that, and I've seen some people say, "Oh, it's not the defensive AI; it's that it's too good. It's that the attacking AI is too bad." That is part of the issue, but it's genuinely an issue to me that the defensive AI is just way too strong. They need a nerf. I've seen times where the defensive AI are making tackles by themselves. That's unacceptable. Shouldn't be happening. I feel like the defensive balance against attacking balance on this game is absolutely shocking. It's just really frustrating playing this game. I really hate playing this game and find it really frustrating to play a lot of the time. So yeah, that's something honestly that needs fixing. Shooting, I think, is okay. I didn't think keepers needed a buff though. I feel like the game speed, I've not seen anything about that. That's not something they tend to really ever change during the course or life cycle of a game. But the game speed is really bad. I think some of the main issues, and one of the reasons it tends to play better on PC, is FPS, frame rate, things like that. I feel like it's just on console it's a bit bricked in terms of there's too many animations, the game doesn't run smoothly enough. I've seen some people saying this will be an issue till the next gen of consoles or we get a new game engine. It doesn't need to be. They just need to optimize the game better. That's just a core part of making a video game. I'm not a game developer, I'm not a game designer, but I do know enough to know that optimization is what suddenly gets the frame rate and gameplay improvement up. Will that change this FIFA? Probably not. I don't know if EA will even. I don't think they'd even acknowledge that's an issue. But for me, that is a major issue right now that drastically affects this game. Really makes it a frustrating experience to play. This patch doesn't really seem to cover a lot of that. Yeah, I don't know. I go through it and sure, there's plenty, but a lot of these just seem like random stuff that rarely change the game. Like I say, I'm going to test it in the next few days. I'll be streaming it. Let me know what your guys think about it all. As always, appreciate the support. Keep it spicy. I do hope to see you on the virtual pitch, as long as you're not going to play like a rat. Let me know what your thoughts on the patch are. See you guys in the next one. Peace.